we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is a show we talk about sports with comedians, and boy, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. So let's get the show started. Let me bring in my man, comedian Howie Bell. Howie, how you doing today, sir, bro?
Frank Stone. Hey, man, Frank, listen, man. Hey, man, listen. What can I say, brother? I'm here in New York City, and it's a big game here tonight, man. And, just enjoying life, brother.
Yeah, I'm sure that everybody talk about that big game. I'm 100% positive.
I'm trolling. I'm trolling, though. I'm trolling.
My man, comedian Damian Jones in the building, too. D. Jones, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
We in the second round. Already got a win at home. Feeling good. Feeling great. How are you?
I can't stand y'all right about now. I really can't stand y'all. My man, filmmaker Jason Hayes in the building. Jay, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. Unlike you.
Yep. And boy, we got some stuff to touch on about that too. I'm gonna touch on that. And because we're gonna touch on some of that stuff, I'm gonna bring in one of the producers of the show, my man White Chocolate. Steve, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
I'm hanging in there, Frank. How you doing?
White Chocolate.
Not gonna talk
Hold
about
on,
that.
guys.
Not gonna talk
I have
about
a funny feeling Frank wishes he was late today.
Huh? I wish I wasn't doing the show today, to be honest with you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I want to jump into it because some of this stuff is going to be interesting conversation before we even talk about the NBA playoffs, because again, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, let's jump in and get everybody in order. Let's get the show situated in order. Start out with my man, comedian Howie Bell. Howie Bell, top of the story news cycle. Some of the stuff we missed, I don't know if you guys at home saw it. I'm sure you did. But former New England Patriot wide receiver Stefon Diggs was found not guilty on Tuesday of assaulting his private chef in a pay dispute. Side note, they were having some kind of affair. It had been. He hired her as a chef, and then it ultimately got to where it is now. But there's a four-time Stefon Diggs is a four-time Pro Bowl wideout. He pleaded not guilty in February to a felony strangulation charge and a misdemeanor assault and battery charge stemming from the alleged dispute. The trial only lasted 2 days. The acquittal clears the path for Diggs' return to the field, but he could still face discipline from the NFL, which I deem highly unlikely, Howie Bell. But talk to me about this, Howie, because let's be honest, Howie, when Stefon Diggs was going through this, everybody and their mother assumed he did it and assumed he was guilty, Howie. I mean, everybody. Nobody gave him the benefit of the doubt. But talk to me, Howie. What's your thoughts on Stefon Diggs being found not guilty?
And I'm going to go on record and say I was everybody and their mama. I thought he did something. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize. I probably said it on this show. I think I did. I thought he did something. I owe him a huge apology. I mean, because the lion heifer, let me tell you something, man. That woman is the reason why a lot of men are in trouble right now. Mm-hmm. Women like her, bro. You know what I'm saying? And men get in trouble time after time after time again. I just assumed it had been something there because of the circumstances. That's why you got to always wait till all of the facts come out. This girl is literally, they tried to get $55 million. They were asking her, hey, did your attorney ask for $55 million? She could not answer the question. It did not want to answer the question, bro. And dog, she was stumped. You know what I'm saying? And you was trying to extort this man. And it's terrible, bro, all the way around, man. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to him, man. I'm glad I heard he cried too. You know what I'm saying? Broke down.
I think the cry that he was crying was of anguish, and it's just coming out. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
He was getting really jammed up, man. Let's be honest. Yeah. Let's be honest. D. Jones. Let's be honest.
He cried because he's a soft ass patriot. That's why he cried.
He cried, D. Jones, honestly, because of things he was going through. But let's be honest, D. Jones. Let's be honest. He got cut from being on the New England Patriots as a wide receiver because one of the reasons was because of this case. You know what I mean? One of the reasons, and none of the NFL teams even picked him up. What's your take on this whole situation, D. Jones?
Well, I think it was $5.5 million she asked for, and she couldn't give them an answer. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think he did anything. Like it was just so far fetched. Had they said he knocked her up and gave her a baby, I seen her dancing. I understand that. But a wise philosopher once said, "You can't trust a big butt and a smile." And I've been going by that philosophy for a long time. And this is what happened. It played out in court. You cannot trust a big butt in a smile. That's the lesson learned.
Mhm.
Because why though, D?
Because they poison.
That's right.
I'll go on the record and say I said from jump D, and I think we had this
I
discussion.
didn't think he
on the
did
show.
it. I never
I didn't think he did it either, but because it just sounded so far fetched to
Yeah.
me at the time. Because I heard the way I heard the details and everything else, that the dispute was she wanted to be paid for a week she didn't work. You know what I mean? I right there, right as soon as I heard that, I was like, yeah, she lied on him because she wanted to get paid like everybody else.
Have y'all ever watched Seinfeld and he was having sex with the maid, and then one day she just got out the bed? He was like, "You gonna fix the bed?" She's like, "No." He's like, "What did I just pay for?"
Jason Hayes, filmmaker, talk to me. Tell me what your thoughts are. I'm sure you read about this trial yourself. Talk to me your thoughts.
Well, I wasn't everybody in their moment because my position was I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe he did it, maybe he didn't do it. Let's see how it all plays out. And like I said a couple days ago, I was like, if we are at this trial because he said let's go to court because I'm not going to settle with you, or if they were in the court because she said no, I want to go to court because you so wronged me, that would tell the tale. Well, it looked like she was the one trying to get a bag, and he's like, "Nah, you ain't. I'm not gonna do it." But but the moment that his lawyer played that dancing video, that trial was over with, bro.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, and because you have more of a relationship with somebody in the law than anybody else here do, I'm sure you can speak on this more, Jay, than anything else. My curiosity, Jay, and I wanted to ask you this, was how do you think that they were able to get the video? Because that was like, how is her friend, and how they talk to me about that part, Jay? How they get that video? How you think?
So either he had like cameras in his house recording, or the person, is a mutual friend of both of them that made the video, and she did something dirty to them too. And they was like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll fix you. She like Chauncey from Minister Society who mailed the tape to the cops.
Yeah.
That's who that person was like. I'll tell you what. You know what I mean? But when it come down like that, bro, I'm gonna like kind of piggyback on what Howie said about a lot of dudes are in trouble now because of women like that. I'm gonna take it one further. A lot of women who really get assaulted by dudes and violated by dudes aren't believed because of women like that.
That's true.
100%. I mean, that's probably the truest
true.
statement on this show. Steve, talk to me. White Chocolate. Talk to me. Tell me what your thoughts are. You're a New England Patriot fan, and talk to me. You don't necessarily have to tell me what you believe, but I want you to talk about one thing in particular because I know you do this. Talk to me about what the temperature was in New England and what you think the New England fan base and the Patriots fan base was towards Stefon Diggs before the trial. And then now talk to me about what you think about everything else after the trial. Talk to me about that specifically.
All right. So first of all, thank you, D Jones. Shout out to BBD. That's one of my favorite groups. As far as the heat around here, yeah, I mean, people think he did it because he got caught on the boat earlier in training camp, right?
Yeah.
And he has all the whole baby mama stuff. I mean, I think people around here probably thought he did it wrongfully. I think we've mentioned this a number of times, Frank, is that social media has made it now so that everybody is guilty first until proven innocent. That's not how it works. It's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So we really need to wait for all the facts to come out. And we talked about crossing sports, about other guys that have lost their careers. And so now, of course, people are gonna, be like, oh, I didn't think he did it, or they're gonna change their tune. And I'm glad that he won the case because he proved in the court, and he proved, hey, look, this is wrong, and you're not going to extort me, and I don't blame him one bit. I don't blame anybody that does that. I mean, it's flat out wrong, and good for him. I hope he hooks on with it. I hope he hooks on with another team.
Let me just say this.
You should kind of sue her, to be honest.
Let me just say this for those of you sitting at home and you don't know what goes on in Boston Sports Radio. I'll tell you this right now. They had that man crucified. He was being torched on radio from the minute he did it and when he got cut, he was getting retorched all over again. And it was really a hard thing to hear. It was a hard thing to see, but that's what was happening. So kudos to Stefon Diggs for absolutely not doing it and not being found guilty.
So what are they saying now out there?
Now they all none of them are apologizing, but now they act like it never happened because everybody's big topic now is trading Jaylen Brown to the Milwaukee Bucks for Giannis. People are acting like, okay, it happened, let's keep moving. No major apology, no, But again, that's just.
But they always believe in Vrabel though.
Nah, they torching Vrabel.
They believe in Vrabel.
Nah, they torching Vrabel too. They torching him. And honestly, the Celtics stopped the torching of Vrabel for a little bit too, because right now everybody's torching Jaylen Brown and torching the Boston Celtics for that loss. But anyway,
why get rid of Jaylen Brown? He's the best player. With Tatum, he's still their best player.
I'm just telling you what's going on here, Jay. I'm just telling you what's going on. Howie Bell, let's talk about the next topic, the next hot topic of the subject of the day. And it's amazing to me because Joel Embiid got ruled out for game 2 versus the Knicks tonight. And you all know I was upset about that when I heard that. Howie, I was really upset. But here's the story is right now, Howie Bell, is that right now we're going to talk about the games a little bit later and everything else, but Embiid is out due to ankle and hip injuries. And it was first reported by ESPN, and the news comes out after Embiid scored 14 points in 25 minutes during the blowout loss to the Knicks in game 1, which is the night before last. Howie Bell, I think the series is over anyway, but this just solidifies it to me. What's your take on this, bro?
Yeah, this is damn, man. I feel bad for him. Who said that Kenny last the whole series? One of y'all said that.
I think all of us did.
It's man, that's so unfortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? So now this is a cakewalk for the Knicks right now. You know what I'm saying? The way they've been playing, they're playing really good basketball, bro. And so I don't see this going. They may sweep them, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see a sweep coming. Now I see one coming. You know what I'm saying? So man, unfortunate.
Very, very, very. D. Jones, we're going to talk about the games and stuff a little bit and everything else, but talk about the timing to you of Joel Embiid being ruled out for game 2.
Well, I think he toughed it out to get out the first round, and I think that's the only reason he played the first round was to kind of tough it out because I heard it was rumored somebody in the organization said he was soft and never available. So I think he just toughed it out them last 4 or 5 games to even play game 1. They could get the ghost of Moses Malone, and he'll probably play more games than Joel. I think it's time for Joel another season or 2 to go on and sit down in front of a screen and just commentate and do this.
Yeah, I'm mad at him if he does that. Not mad at all. Jay, talk to me how did the news surprise you, or did it not surprise you at all?
It did not surprise me at all. And I used to live in Philadelphia, for like a number of years. So I got like a lot of Philly friends still, and they're going crazy on social media. Man, I can't believe Joel Embiid is out. And I was like, bro, they had him in game 1. They still lost by 40. You know what I mean? But what people don't understand is this. Your body is one ecosystem. That dude had surgery like a month ago. And there's no way that he's like fully healed from an appendectomy surgery to be out playing professional sports at a playoff level where it's not going to be some kind of blowback or ramification, from putting his body through that. So to me, this is just a natural thing that should have been expected.
I 100% agree with that too. Steve, do you think we saw some of these things happening at the end of the Celtics series? Remember when he was stretching on the end of the bench? He's stretching on the bench and he's on the floor.
Yeah.
You think all that stuff started then, Steve?
Absolutely. Look, he took a hard fall in one of those last 2 games, and he was on the side, stretching out his side and stuff. And D. Jones touched on it. I mean, he laid everything out on the line just to get by the Celtics. Rightfully so. I mean, he played the way you're supposed to play. He led his team past the first round. Good for him. I think it's unfortunate that he's out. And I also agree with everybody that, we saw it coming because, especially as a big guy coming off a surgery like that, he hasn't had enough time to recover fully. And, I just think it's unfortunate because if he could have stayed healthy, this series could have been a better series to watch. You know what I mean? I think that the matchup down low between him and Cat would have been a good matchup to watch.
Possibly. Howie Bell, we got to keep this thing moving. I think I wanted to bring this, I know I wanted to bring up this next story because I wanted to make sure we touched on it because there were some big developers in this, Howie. Remember we were talking about the NFL Referees Association and looking like they weren't going to be able to come together and have this thing. We were going to get replacement refs. But Howie, negotiations between the NFL and NFL Referees Association on a new collective bargaining agreement has progressed enough that the union has scheduled a ratification vote for this Thursday night, basically tomorrow night, sources told ESPN. When formally approved by both sides, the agreement would avoid the need for replacement officials this season, and the existing CBA is set to expire May 31st. So, Howie, perfect timing or not? What you take? Because I think everybody here was concerned about replacement refs jumping in the NFL.
Yeah, I was too. They already make bad calls as it is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they already talking about replacing them with AI. So replacing them with the dudes that ref at Catholic high schools. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't gonna be good either. You know what I'm saying? Or Michigan Polytech. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But them dudes, them replacements weren't gonna be good, man. You know what I'm saying? So so they did a good job in coming to some type of agreement. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, look, we need to meet up Thursday and figure this out and keep our refs there so good. But with that being said, they still need to work on them. These refs, man, but then again, there's gambling involved, white chocolate, we talk about that. But the refs can always dictate gambling. So that's another part of this, a whole nother conversation, I guess.
D. Jones, do you think the pressure of gambling, and do you think the pressure was heightened by the way the fans have been responding to this stuff on social media, and the fans have been very vocal about this and everything else, D. Jones? Do you think the fans have put pressure on the NFL to get this thing, closed sooner rather than later?
I feel targeted by this question a little bit.
I'm not talking about anyway.
Because as a former gambler,
You always ask experts, bro. Go to the experts.
as a former expert of gambling, okay, I filled out the application. I damn sure would have went to prison if I got to be a referee in the NFL. Okay, it only took 1 quarter too, because I would have called traveling, and they were like, "Oh, come on, get him on up out of here."
We don't do that around here. We don't call those.
But no, I hope they get it. I hope they get it. You know what? They should give all the people from Spirit a job. They need it.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what they should.
Just give them a job around the stadiums.
Yeah, they should. Yes, they definitely have a way to get there. That's for sure. Jay, talk to me, man. Especially in your legal expertise. Talk to me about what your thoughts were. You think they were pressured by this to do this legally? You think they're pressured by the fans? You think they're pressured by the betting sites? Because the betting sites weren't happy about this not getting done. A lot of people mad about this all the way around. What's your take, Jay?
That's why I was never worried about a deal getting done. I knew it was going to get done because it's hard to handicap with replacement refs. MGM, Caesars, you name the gambling company, that's who made sure that they got a collective bargaining agreement. Because gambling drives viewership. Most people who watch the sports, they ain't even sports fans. They watching to see if their parlay gonna go their way. You know what I mean? That's what sports, has devolved into right now.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that too. Steve, look, your view from 3,000 feet. What was your take?
Listen, I hate to cross sports, but the rigging and fixing has now crossed over into the NHL. I just watched the Bruins lose a potential first-round pick because the team that had the 5th chance to get the ping pong ball came out with the number 1 pick. So now you're going to tell me that all of them are all fixed, rigged, whatever. I agree with what these guys said. They made sure that the NFL regular refs stayed so that they could continue to rig it the way they want. And I just looked real quick and didn't realize how much money those guys make. Those guys make on average $385,000 to $400,000 as refs and still have regular jobs. That's insane. If you're making that much money, you should be a full-time ref year round, period.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm happy that they're going to be, the regular refs are going to come back, but I'm not happy that we're still going to have all the WWE script writing.
All right, so now, Howie, I'm going to jump into the NBA games and stuff like that. We'll come back to the stories. So the first thing I want to talk about now, as we jump into the NBA playoffs and everything like that, is we got to talk about the Pistons defeated the Cavs. And as a Pistons fan, Howie Bell, as a Pistons fan, did you have any concern, any thought process on you? Because the Pistons were playing at home. The Cavs were down by 18. The Cavs stormed back and almost tied the game. They were really in the game and everything else, but the Cavs showed some grit, I think. But the Pistons did defeat them. What's your take from that game one? How you look at it, Howie?
So I started off looking at, on my phone. I was at my show last night performing in the Bronx. And so I'm on stage and I didn't know what was going on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm so glad I didn't, because I would have had a damn heart attack. Because before I went up, they were up 17, 18 points like you talking about. Mm-hmm. And so I remember glancing at my phone and looking at it, and it got close to within 6 or something. And I was like, what's going on? So, but after the game and all that stuff, and it's funny because I'm on stage in New York, and I'm like, give it up for the Knicks. They like, yeah. I'm like, give it up for the Pistons. They like, boo. I said, don't boo me now. You didn't boo me at the beginning of my show. What's the score? And so I pulled my phone out. I was like, it's 101 to 111. The Pistons won. Yeah. They was like, funny, great moment on stage last night. But I tell you this, man, from what I saw, and I looked at the highlights today, and I looked at everything, the Pistons pretty much controlled the game as a whole the whole time. You know what I'm saying? The Cavs just kind of went and made that last-minute push like they should have, and like was expected. So it wasn't – I wouldn't have panicked. Looking back at it, it wasn't as a panicky moment as it was. We had some guys on the bench, and we brought our starters in, and we took over the game and won and closed it out. So the Pistons did their job. They look like a number 1 seed team to me, finally. You know what I'm saying? I think that's 4 wins in a row in the playoffs now. They're getting some momentum. Good job, Detroit Pistons. I don't think, should I say, that the Cavs are a good enough team to go past 6 games. I think it's going to be over in 5 or 6 games.
Okay. All right. Let me see what D. Jones. Give me your thoughts, D. Jones, as a Pistons fan. Did you have any concern about the Cavs? Because the way the Cavs stormed back and the way the Cavs played, any concern?
Not really. I was at the game. I was sitting next to a man Thompson. I don't know if y'all seen the clip. I was sitting there. But James Harden turned into playoff Harden. And he had like 7 turnovers. Jared Allen, he had 3 fouls in the first quarter. He had to sit down. Mobley's not physical enough, and we was having our way with them. And finally, the role players showed up. When Duncan Robinson giving you 19 points, you about to have a long night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about Embiid being hurt. Cade got stabbed in the lungs, okay? Twice in one game, and he's still out there balling. So I knew basketball is a game of runs. I knew Cleveland was going to make a run. But as soon as Cade, because Cade was sitting down when they made that run.
Yeah,
when he got making the game, he got JD involved. We won by 37, 30, 38 points, something like that. And it was Detroit basketball all night.
All right, let me see, Jay. What's your take on this, Jay? Because neither one of these teams are your teams, so I don't think you're going to have any Pistons love or Cleveland Cavaliers love. You look at it with just to be watching it. So, what's your take on this series?
For the record, Isaiah Thomas is my favorite basketball player ever. I actually turned the game off in the third quarter because I was like, Harden is doing what Harden does. Mitchell ain't really doing what he needs to do. The Pistons about to beat these boys by 50. So I turned to the Laker game because how dare they have games overlapping at the same goddamn time?
I said the same thing. Why are they doing that?
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
That's not the first time. They did that a couple times already.
I'm just saying, that's crazy to me that they do that. So I didn't see the end of it, but they had, the score like at the top of the screen. I said, oh, Cleveland made a run, but I was like, they ain't gonna win. So I never turned back because I don't think it's in doubt. As long as Detroit keeps playing Detroit type basketball, they're gonna beat Cleveland because I don't think Cleveland got the heart to beat them dudes. Yeah. So that's just my position on it.
Okay. Let me see what White Chocolate thinks.
Well, I agree with these guys. I mean, James Harden just turns into a pumpkin in the playoffs.
Yep. He does.
and they need him to be more than that if they're going to advance. And Cade Cunningham, really stepping up, helped them out tremendously. And look, they got it. They jumped out to a huge lead, and they didn't whittle it away. I mean, looking at the numbers, the 3 points shots weren't going in really a lot for either team. Shooting in the low, mid 30s. But Detroit, if they play defense and Cade stays healthy, they're going to beat them. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a sweep or 5 games.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in 5 games too. I think matter of fact, I think I predicted Detroit in 5. Howie Bell. Now, the other game that was on last night was the Lakers and OKC, Howie. The Lakers were making it interesting up into the middle of third quarter. I think it was. And the next thing you know, OKC put it on them, and I think it was over. This is a series, Howie, that I'm going to pick as a sweep. I think the Lakers are going to get swept. But, you never know. Howie Bell, talk to me what your take is, what you thought about the Lakers and OKC.
You know what? OKC can drink tea and eat crumpets and still win this game, bro. They can all be on the sidelines eating a shit, having a 4-course meal, and still win this series in a sweep, bro. This is over. Lakers have no answer for this. There's nothing they can do. You know what I'm saying? They don't play enough defense at all to be able to stop these boys. And OKC got the kind of team where everybody can shoot. And so it's just this kind of sad, you know what I'm saying, to see it like this. But this is sweet. Ain't nothing they can do about it. Stick a fork in it. It's done. It's a wrap.
All right, D. Jones. I'm not sure if you saw the game either. The Lakers made the game interesting for a little while. They were in it. They tried to make a run to try to come back. They got down by 6, and it made it interesting, especially when LeBron stole the ball, got a breakaway dunk and everything else. Interesting. And then OKC put it together, and then it was never in doubt after that. What's your take on the Lakers losing to OKC, the way they lost them?
Well, I was at the game, so I seen it firsthand.
That one too?
Yeah,
wow.
I was there. Wow.
I was
Private jet life, baby.
I was there with the Lion King.
He pulled a Deion Sanders.
He got Avengers Quinjet. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You got one of George Jetson done things.
It was OKC played their worst game of the playoffs. I think Shea had his worst game of the season, of the whole season, and he was trying to get his little foul baiting thing going, and they wasn't even going for that. And Chet was leading and scoring. When Chet leading and scoring, you got a long night if it's Chet, but it just seemed like OKC might have been a little rusty. They've been waiting for a while to play this game, and they went out there. You really only got one person check. Austin Reeves turned to Christopher Reeves, and
right in the wheelchair. In the wheelchair.
So all you gotta do is worry about LeBron Ramon James. You know what I'm saying? The second greatest player of all time. That's the only person you gotta really worry about. And if he not getting everybody involved because they bricking, you got a good chance of winning.
And winning by 30. Let me ask you what you thought, filmmaker Jason Hayes. Talk to me, tell me what you thought about how this happened and how this rolled out. And was the game outcome what you expected?
Yeah, on the road in OKC, I didn't think that they were going to win that game. And they jumped on them early, man. Like a 9-0 run or something like that, something crazy. But I was like, it ain't going to hold. But this is one of the reasons why I so defend LeBron James, because he gets irrational hate. Like, that dude was the leading scorer in the entire game last night. You know that, right? The other night. He had 27 points on 12 of 17 shooting. He shot 50% from the 3, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. He only had 2 turnovers and a steal. Austin Reeves went 3 for 16. 8 points. Ayton went 5 for 12, and all his shots come from the paint. How the hell you missing that many shots and both your feet are in the paint for the bulk of your shots? They got 12 total points from their bench entirely.
That sounds like a loss, yeah.
Right. I mean, that's a recipe for getting smacked by 18 points, which is what happened, especially against a balanced team like OKC.
Mhm.
So the thing, that infuriates me about this is, man, what does mean for for LeBron's legacy? What are you talking about? The dude that's leading the series in scoring
Mhm.
and shooting a higher percentage, and his teammates ain't doing nothing.
Mhm.
That's the thing that makes me run to his defense all the time, because what you're talking about ain't got to do with basketball, and that's when I go in on cats about that.
Yeah, and it sounds personal when you watch the sports shows. They have a personal agenda against LeBron, and I'm not even a LeBron fan, but it sounds like a personal agenda against him.
And Marcus Smart was 4 for 15.
But Marcus Smart balled out. Other than his shooting, he had a great game. You know what I mean? He got some
Other
steals.
than 4 for 15.
I'm just saying he was disruptive defensively when he could be. He was.
Well, stop shooting. Focus on stopping people.
And that's the reason why he got shipped out of here, because he was
I'm
always.
sorry, man. I mean, but the Lakers got too many bums. Like, they got a lot of bums on their squad. You know what I'm saying? And so when you got that many scrubs, as we used to call them in the 80s, they scrubs, man. So LeBron got to take all them shots, though, too, Jay. He got to do all that, too. You know what I'm saying? So part of that is he is great. But part of that is he's forced to do it because ain't nobody else doing the damn thing.
But Frank, real quick, no for chocolate. Frank, do you think, given what's happening with Luka right now, that Nico should look as bad as he looks in the public eye?
Do I think? No, hell no, no. He shouldn't.
He looks like a really smart person to me right now.
Yeah, he does. But he didn't go out like that. You know, and people ain't talking about it like that. People are thinking he's the worst thing on the planet Earth, but he right now look like the smartest man in basketball.
He looks like the smartest dude Dallas could have had in that position.
And he's not even there no more. White talk to me about the Lakers losing. Even though they lost by 18, they could have literally lost by 30. They could have lost by 30. It was really that kind of game.
I don't recall where I heard this, whether it was Boston Sports Radio today or somewhere on Facebook or Instagram or some clip. But somebody called up and they said, LeBron looked around and went, damn, Huchamara, Marcus Smart, Reeves, what the hell just happened? Like he was in a time warp somewhere. So to you guys' point, I mean, they're bereft of talent. Even with Luka, I don't know if they would do any damage. But
they wouldn't, because he can't guard.
They're on demand. And, for exactly what you said, Frank, about Marcus Smart, I mean, 4 for 15, 2 for 8 from 3. It's not a recipe for success. They need other guys to step up with LeBron, and I'm with you. I'm not really a LeBron fan, but you have to give him kudos and give him his flowers and his due, all deserved, because what he's doing at his age and carrying these guys and leading the game in scoring is insane.
At 41,
it really is insane.
That sounds like that literally sounds like though Marcus Smart basketball going 4 for 15. It sounds like he does.
He's always been that player, Frank.
Yeah, I know. Always.
Which is why I'm glad he's not here.
Let's talk about the Knicks blowing out the Sixers. We talked about Joel Embiid. Now let's talk about the game, because night before last, the Knicks blew them out, and it was so boring to us non-Knicks fans.
You couldn't hate.
But I think that game might have been the pivotal point of them wrapping up the series. You know how I'm sure you know, there's some games that make you see that this series is over. And sometimes, very, very rarely, it happens game one. But this might be the game one thing. Now that Joel Embiid's not in it either, this might be the final blow to them, Howie. What's your take on this, Howie, with the Knicks blowing out the Sixers in game one by putting a stamp on this?
I'm gonna say this, man. It was boring for a non-fan. But you know what I took from it? I took that the Knicks are still hot. They're on a roll. They're playing really good basketball. But the 76ers not having Embiid may have them play a better game. At least give it a better. They may have something come out of them because of that. To give them, because they're all professionals, man. They still get paid to play damn basketball, bro. You can't keep getting beat by 20, 30, 40 points. You can't. That's not reality. 50. You can't do that, man. They up by 50 at halftime, all that kind of crazy at the end of the first quarter, whatever it was, ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not even good for ratings. That's not good for money. That's not good for the league. They're going to figure out a way, even if the refs got to get involved a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make that series a little more competitive, even within a sweep. They can still make it more competitive and more palatable.
D Jones, do you agree with him? Because I will say this, D Jones, the Celtics blew out the Sixers twice by 30. You know what I mean? And where are they? You know what I mean? So
At the
I don't.
crib,
Yeah,
Cancun.
I don't think anything can be made of getting blowout, except it's the way you lose and then losing a star player. That's the part I'm saying might be the blowout, for the Sixers. But we'll see. What's your take on the Knicks blowing them out, D Jones?
I mean, it's just what it was. I think 76ers had to play hard to win them games to beat Boston. Then 2 days later, you gotta go straight to New York. Embiid already played like an old man. He played like the old man on Family Guy. Get your ass over here. And so without him, they're gonna have way more spacing. It's gonna be more shots because Embiid do slow the game down a lot. With he in the paint and he doing all this. Without him, you're gonna have more spacing, more shots for Maxey, more shots for the rookie. And they might have one game. I can see them winning. They might steal tonight's game.
They might.
So they're not gonna win the series. That's gonna be them whack ass Knicks.
Mm-hmm. So Jay, what's your take on the Knicks blowing out the Sixers? And on top of that, like we said, Joel Embiid not being there and everything else. How are you looking at this game tonight and moving forward?
First off, let me give a shout out to D Jones for bringing up Herbert, the pedophile pervert. You little.
He play like he on a walker.
All right. Okay. So my take is this. Mike Brown has proven why Tibbs had to go.
That's true.
And I don't care what nobody says. He is a upgrade, a superior upgrade to Thibodeau. Because what Tibbs did not do ever was make adjustments. What Tibbs never had ever was an offense that where people had different assignments that allowed them, to make different adjustments during games, from game to game, and highlight certain players given where the matchups were. He never had that. Mike Brown's offense allows them to say, you know what? We lost trying to feature Brunson. But you know what they can't do anything with? It's Cat. So let's switch this offense around and let's start running everything through Cat because he's skilled enough. He's too big for them boys. And then let's pause. And then let's figure out how to play now. And he's made adjustments and they've been smacking people ever since.
100%. Steve, you get the final word.
Listen, I was watching that blowout game and it got to be, up by 30. I shut it off because it was pretty clear that they were gonna stomp Philly. But I agree with Howie. I mean, we just saw Minnesota beat Denver without Anthony Edwards and win the series. So there is a chance that they could rise up. And, to the guy's point here, too, Embiid does kind of slow things down for them. So, listen, I wouldn't count them out just yet. But another one or two of these blowout losses, and they're going to be done. But I don't know. I mean, hopefully it'll be a better game tonight to watch.
I hope so, too. Howie Bell. Now we got to talk about the Spurs in a surprising fashion, ending up losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Edwards did come in. He did show out. But I will say this, Howie, in my opinion, Ant Edwards being out helped Minnesota to me. You know what I mean? Because them other boys stood up and shined to me. What's your take on this, Howie Bell? I don't know if you got a chance to see the highlights and everything else.
Yeah, I did.
But even though Wemby had a record, 11, 12 blocks and everything else, and 4 of them shouldn't have counted, but he did, he did put his foot down and everything. But Minnesota stood out. What's your take on this, Howie?
No, not to. First off, the Wemby missed he went 0 for 8 from 3-point line or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and the questionable blocks too that were goaltending. Listen, man, Minnesota. I said it too. I said Minnesota, they're gonna get them some problems. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they're gonna win this series. I still think the Spurs are gonna win the series. But this one is going 7 games, I think. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be tight right here. Ant-Man coming back. Oh, man. I look forward. This is one of I like this series other than Detroit, obviously, for obvious reasons. But this is the series I like to watch. This is one I always look forward to.
D. Jones, talk to me. Tell me what your thoughts were with the way Minnesota defeated San Antonio Spurs.
Well, one, I did pick Minnesota to win this series. I just threw it out there. I don't know if they will, but I picked them. I think having Ant-Man come off the bench was good. Don't let him play all those minutes because he's still playing a little injured. He came out on fire.
Mm-hmm.
They went straight at Wemby. Okay, you can have all the blocks you want, but we coming at you. You can't do nothing on offense. He had 9 points into the last 45 seconds of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to win you anything. I don't care how many blocks and rebounds you get. 11 points ain't going to do it. So I think Gobert giving them some problems. I think going at him instead of trying to just shoot over him might be the right thing to do. Let's try to get him in foul trouble. So if Edwards can stay healthy, and I don't think the Spurs went through them growing pains. You know, when you're a new team, you got to go through some growing pains. I think every great has done it. And I see Wemby going through some pains, maybe this series or the next. But, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Jay, what's your take on that?
Hey, audience, D. Jones said growing pains, not growing pains. So I was like, to kick them in the nuts? Man, listen, what it looked like to me was the team that played most recently just figured out a way to pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio, I mean, they looked rested to me, because they made short work of Portland.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked like they came in a little bit off. I mean, if you look at like the field goal percentage, I mean, it was crazy, bro. I mean, you're talking about like Wemby only had 11 points in the whole game. He was 5 of 17.
Yeah.
You're talking about De'Aaron Fox was 5 of 14. All of them shot like a really low percentage, and that to me is indicative of like they're not in rhythm. They got to get back to playing basketball, and get their legs back. So, and to like struggle that mightily and only lose by 2 points, to me that says that they about to smack Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point. Steve, give me your thoughts.
Oh, I agree with what Jay just said. I think that anytime teams sweep in the first round, they get extra rest. Sometimes they come out a little flat or a little rusty. We've seen that numbers of times. And Wemby can't be 5 of 17. That's an anomaly for him. I would not expect him to shoot like that again. 0 for 8 from 3. After I watched him get 8 for 16 against the Celtics earlier in the year. I mean, that's not. Everybody has a bad game. I agree, and I agree with D. Jones too. All the great players seem to have growing pains where they lose in the playoffs early on, and they learn how to lose, and then they learn how to win. It helps them later on. So, stay tuned.
All right, Howie. Let's jump back into the news. We talked about the NBA games. We talked about the play games and how things are going. But some news jumped out today that I wanted to discuss with you guys and see what you guys thought about this, because it looks like quarterback Russell Wilson is still a free agent, and he is sitting there trying to decide if he wants to jump back and play football or if he wants to get in the TV industry. But here's the thing. Russell Wilson visited the New York Jets facility in late April and told the New York Post that the franchise had given him the opportunity to sign a contract. Howie Bell, talk to me about you. What do you think? You think Russell Wilson should go and play for the Jets, or should he jump into TV? He got to stand and offer to be on TV right now. So,
I think the Jets just want to be bad. They don't want to ever be good, ever. They're going to sign him to a big deal, too. Big contract.
That's fine with me as a Patriots fan. Sign away.
I know you love it. I know y'all love it.
Oh, that's wild, man.
That's why Frank bringing this up, because he wanted to happen.
So do I.
On the other side of that, Russell Wilson,
regardless. So I could care less.
Russell Wilson is a shell of himself, man. He's not the same guy. He wants to still play football, obviously, but he should go take that job behind the TV, man, behind the camera. I mean, I don't know. He's not good at all anymore. He's broken. He's like Aaron Rodgers. They're broken, man. Aaron Rodgers is still on that teeter-totter. You guys are broken. Sometimes you gotta let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing else you can do. It can't be the money. You know what I'm saying, that you're trying to get, because you can go get a plus job, as an anchor, sports analyst. So it can't be the money. So,
it might be though, Howie, because honestly, I think he's going to have a huge career on television because he can speak eloquently. He knows
but that's
he knows
money.
football, and so I think he's going to go to TV for the money. I think he's going to,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Football can't be the money for as far as football.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, it can't be that. You know what I'm saying? Because to your point, you can get the money, being on one of these shows, sports shows. So I don't know, man. I get out of it, man. Russell, get out of it while you still got whatever health is remaining, and you and Sierra, ain't that his wife, Sierra?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, you can go and make love to her and travel and do stuff, man. Don't go out there no more, man.
What's your take on it? You think he's going to be the next Tony Romo? D. Jones?
One word, Sierra. That's it.
What? I don't get it.
I'm not about to go behind the Jets offensive line and get hit when I can go hit something. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm picking TV and Sierra. I'm picking Sierra and TV. Really, what I'm picking. Okay. Come on, but you want to go play with the Jets? That's 2 wins for us. Either one, do your thing, man. It's your life.
Yeah, I think Jay. I think he probably will. Much as I'm not a Russell Wilson fan, Jay. I think that he will be really good on television. I think he's smart. I think he fit in, and I think he might be the Tony Romo replacement. I don't know if he's going to do play-by-play or color or whatever, but I think he's going to be the next guy who everybody's going to go to. What's your take on this, Jay? What you think?
I agree. He might be good at TV, but you know what he's not good at?
Yeah,
football.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, I don't care what Sierra's husband does. Whatever contract he signs. I mean, as a New York resident, where they make us watch Jet games, we don't have a choice in this. If they're playing, it's on TV here locally. The last thing I want to see is Russell Wilson wearing another New York sports franchise uniform. I don't need it in my life. The only contract he needs to sign with the Jets is like head parking attendant or Gatorade mixologist. That's the only thing I want to see him do. I do not want to see him play football ever again in New York City.
Wow. Steve, I don't know how you follow up behind that, but talk to me what your thoughts are.
Listen, I'm with D. Jones. If I was him, listen, if she's on tour doing concerts and singing and acting and whatever the hell she's doing, I'd be a stay-at-home dad. I made $250 million. I made $250 million. I'm gonna stay home with the kids and chill out. Forget TV, forget working. I'm done. My body's half broken. Let me heal. Let the wife work. I mean, it happens, right? She's probably got just as much money as him almost.
Oh, the hell yeah.
No, I'm just being facetious, right? But still, she wants to go on tour. Go ahead. I'll stay backstage. I'll go on tour with you. I'll just chill. That's what I do. Retire. Doesn't have to do anything.
But he's 37, man. I mean, in football years, that's old, but in real years, he's a young dude still. That's crazy.
I know. Like I said, I'm being a little.
He should go coach.
I don't know if he.
No, coaching's worse than TV.
Yeah,
coaching's long hours, 16 hours a day.
I mean, if he just wants something to do, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to sit behind it,
Listen, if he wants to do something, he can get himself a child support mobile and put it back together and restore
it. Let's move on. I want to get
if your wife is Sierra, bro, you don't want to be at the facility from 4 a.m. to 12 midnight.
Howie Bell, let's talk about the New York Giants because again, they've agreed to a 2-year contract. New York Giants are making moves, and a lot of people are not paying attention.
They are.
Yeah, they're making some moves. They just got a $12.5 million contract by signing veteran defensive tackle DJ Reader. And of course, Jeremy Fowler from ESPN reported that Reader can make up to $15 million through incentives. The move comes just 2 weeks after the Giants traded the standout defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence to the Cincinnati Bengals. So I think that Howie Bell, they're putting together some work behind there, but people are not paying attention to it, I don't think. And New York also drafted Bobby Jamison Travis in the 6th round last month, which made STEM defense pretty strong. The Giants even freed up more than $12.5 million in salary cap space by trading Lawrence, meaning they can do more things, Howie Bell. What's your take on that?
Wow, man, the Giants are making moves. I've been secretly and quietly hearing about this stuff too over the last month or so, couple months. The Giants sound like on paper You know what I'm saying? Like they getting their shit together. Excuse my language, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Can they translate on the field? And you know, that's where it boils down to. I mean, you can make all the moves you want. You can look pretty and all this stuff on paper, like I said, but can you execute? And that's what it all comes down to. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? What they can do. They're setting themselves up pretty nice.
D Jones, are you liking the moves that the Giants are making right now? Is it bringing enough to bring on your attention, on your radar, or where are you at with this, D Jones?
Honestly, I don't give a piss about the Giants. Okay, it's Boston, Chicago, LA, and the Giants. Them the 4 teams I hate them up. Well, okay, I got to throw the Lions in there for other reasons. But I can't stand. I hate them. I hope nothing good happens to the Giants. They cheated the Patriots twice in Super Bowls, and they can go to hell.
Mm-hmm. And he gonna stand on that. He gonna stand
The
on that.
Lions catching strays.
Yeah.
Jay, well, Jay just said he live in New York, and they forced him to watch the Jets. My whole life.
Jay, what's your take on this, bro? What do you think about the Giants making these kind of moves? Because they strategically been doing some stuff over here, bro.
But first, let me do a correction. D Jones said that they cheated the Patriots. No, they beat the Patriots.
I didn't hear. I heard that. I didn't need to make a correction with him. So they
beat the Patriots. They didn't cheat the Patriots. Man, listen. Everybody feels great in May.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody feels good about every draft pick. They feel great about every free agent signing in May.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it could be great if it works. If it doesn't work, then we back to the drawing board, and they be talking about how great they feel about them next moves they making, in the following offseason. But they're the Giants, man. I mean, they had a lot of things that needed to be fixed, especially on offense. I don't think that they're really addressing the offense in a way that needs to be addressed, because I don't believe in the quarterback. I don't believe in the running back. And they got to go get, like some legitimate offensive linemen, to make that thing work at all.
Mm-hmm. Steve, you get the final word. The stuff the Giants do, is it showing up on your radar? Should people be paying attention to it? And are they going to be competitive? What's your take?
I think they're going to be competitive, and I'll use last year's Patriots with Mike Vrabel. Here's the problem with everybody. Frank, I'm going to sound like a broken record.
Yep, I know.
When you have a new coach and a guy that's it's a proven winner, right? When you build, you start with the foundation. The problem is everybody wants the roof and the chimney on first and get everything done. It doesn't work that way. The Giants are building blocks. They're going to be improved because they have better coach. This is the best coach they've had probably since Tom Coughlin. And so, it takes time, and it would not surprise me to see them win, 6-7 games with the guys they have. And I agree with Jay, and we've seen it here in New England. You have to have good offensive linemen. They took an offensive line with their 10th pick this year, so they're building the foundation. And I don't, as a Patriots fan, I don't want to see them win anything, but I think that they're going to be improved.
I think they're going to be competitive too.
But Frank, really quickly with this though. But it's two things that doesn't make the Vrabel thing, to me, it's a bad analogy. One, Vrabel had Drake May. Mm-hmm. And even though the Patriots were not a really good team, you saw that Drake May was a really good quarterback. The Giants have Jackson Dart. And I don't think that he's been that impressive, and I don't think he's going to be much more than what he's already shown. So if they had Drake May, yeah, I'm with you. But no.
Should I make a correction on him, y'all? Because he just said the New England Patriots not a good team.
No, they were not a good team 2 seasons ago, or last season.
Now, last season they went to the Super Bowl. But
I mean not season Super Bowl. You know what I'm talking about? The season before this one.
Oh, okay, all right. Howie Bell, we got to do a fast break on this one, man, because I want to get this story out, and I'm looking at the time. We got 30 seconds. Howie Bell. The Seattle Seahawks is signing veteran edge rusher Dante Fowler Jr. on a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million. And it looks like that he's going to address the need that the Super Bowl champions had, and it's one of their only remaining needs because they lost Bay Maffei in free agency, and they had to sign someone to replace him, and he's a pretty big someone. So it looks like Seattle Seahawks are not losing any steam like this, Howie Bell. What's your take on Seattle basically keeping the same damn defense going into this upcoming season?
Yeah, they get and he might have made them a little bit better, to be honest. You know what
Might
I'm
have,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah, because
might
he's
have,
pretty
yeah.
good. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Fowler's legit. So I mean, Seattle, man, they making power moves. Great organization.
Excellent organization. I think so too. D Jones, how are you looking at this move right here with Seattle? Because Seattle, I think they might have got stronger with that defense that helped them win the Super Bowl.
Another cheating organization. They should all be checked for PEDs. All of them, especially that ginger. Check them all.
And he's serious. And he's so serious. D,
Yeah.
you serious, right? You so serious.
Cheaters.
He's so serious. He's so serious. Jay, talk to what's your take on this, bro?
My take is this: we drafted that bum out of college, so he was in Jacksonville for like what 3 seasons, 4 seasons at the most. We got up off of him. This would be his. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be his 17th. There's usually a reason for that. So I mean, will he be an effective piece for them? He's not. He's not going to stink up the joint. No, he's going to be solid for them. But I don't think he's no world changer, brother.
Okay, all right, Steve, you get the last word on this. You got 30 seconds.
I think, given the fact that Seattle lost a few pieces, he may not be an impact starter and get double-digit sacks, but he'll be good for them as a fit for them to continue the success that they have had.
Okay, so that's the show. Tomorrow's show, I want to make sure we talk about a couple of things, because there's a couple of things like I want to watch. Brad Stevens came out today and spoke about the supposed rift between Jaylen Brown and the Celtics. That's hot topics. I want to dive into a deep conversation with that tomorrow. I didn't hear the whole thing. That's the reason why I didn't want to bring it up just yet. I want to hear the whole news conference. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're also going to talk about the games that happened tonight. And then we're going to talk about these other moves that are happening. And there's even a move that happened with somebody in the WNBA from the Dallas Wings. We're going to talk about that on tomorrow's show. Howie Bell, tell everybody out there what you got going on. Why are you in New York, and how can they follow you, bro?
I'm in New York, man, because I'm trolling, man. I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm trying to spy. You know what I'm saying? When Detroit Pistons go to the Eastern Conference Finals, I want to see what the vibe is going to be like. You know what I'm talking about? But listen, man, tomorrow, I had a great show last night at Sosa Con Fuego, by the way. Shouts out to Rob Stapleton, B Flat, and Henry Coleman, man. Really good show. Black stand-up comedy is alive and well. We're on our way to Woo. My man Woo got the comedy show tomorrow in Harlem. We in Uptown. So I don't know if you know comedian Woo. If you haven't, he is incredibly funny. And he's hosting his show tomorrow at the Trinity Lounge. That's 137th Street and 7th Avenue. So that's tomorrow night, man. So let's do it.
D Jones, comedian D Jones, talk to me. How we follow
I'll
you?
be in San Antonio tonight to watch the Spurs game live. I'll be down front. I would like to say Jaylen Brown would look good in the Pistons jersey. And Cade Cunningham was in the hospital 3 weeks ago, shot in both lungs, and he's leading the Pistons.
You know what I want to ask you guys? Damn, I just remember this. I wanted to ask you this before I get to day. You think Jalen Duren is going to resign?
That's a good question.
Howie,
They got to resign.
That's a good question.
They got to. I looked at it
him.
today. He's making under $10 million. You know, and
I'm trading for Pablo. I'm not giving you that money.
I was just about to say they may trade him, man. Because they're going to sacrifice his defense, but we need some offense, man.
Hold on. He's a free agent. Nobody's trading for him. He's a free agent.
Oh, you say free agent coming out? Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's a free agent. They
got to resign him, bro. They got to resign him.
I think so too. I just don't know if they can afford to resign him. That's why I wanted to ask you guys that.
They're not paying nobody else.
Right?
They're
paying Cade.
That's going to be the question to talk about. This Detroit Pistons last good run, because if they lose Jaylen Duren, they have a problem.
No, we're not.
Jay, talk to me. Tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro. What's going on?
Follow me at JD Hayes over at Fan Base, man. I'm out here in these streets, man.
Yeah, and Steve, talk to me.
Follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube. Lots to talk about around here with all the Celtics stuff.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, because the way they're trying to get Jaylen Brown out of here, I can't even.
They're doing it again, Frank. They're doing it again.
I can't even watch sports again and stuff. I'm getting so upset.
Get him home to Atlanta.
Yeah, it looked like he might go to Milwaukee, but that's a conversation for tomorrow. Hey, everybody, thank you all for watching the show. The name of the show is called Box Seats, where we talk about sports with comedians. We're going to be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. And the topics, like I said, we're going to talk about this Jaylen Brown situation. We're going to talk about some stuff that's going on in the NFL, talk about Luka Doncic, his situation. We just got a lot of stuff to talk about, including the games that go on tonight. But anyway, thank you all for watching. We greatly appreciate you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace.
One time for Boston.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
All right, y'all. Thank